From Korean manufactured cars to somebody who really does know how to put a car together. Mercedes-Benz could be argued as the ultimate in German automotive technology. And, well, they had a new toy for me to play with, so who was I to turn them down? Buckle up.
The Mercedes 300 SL, a legend in its own right. It not only won numerous racing events, but also introduced one of the most iconic design features the world has ever seen.
These days, everything in the automotive industry gets reincarnated. The Ford GT became the 2004 Ford GT. The Mini Cooper emerged as BMW's not-so-mini Mini. And the Volkswagen Golf? Well, that never left. So where's the 300 SL of the iPod generation? Well, after 56 years of waiting, here it is. Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG is the culmination of cutting-edge technology, rich heritage and unrelenting power.
Because, as you should know, those last three letters in its name are much more than leftover Scrabble tiles.
See, although inside this well-equipped cockpit I'm bathed with the latest technology, it's kind of what you come to expect from Mercedes-Benz. However, the AMG division, who are responsible for designing this car, are made up of fantastically insane men. They would have to be, as they put a 6.3 litre, 571 brake horsepower V8 under the bonnet. They then paired it with a 7-speed semi-automatic gearbox that helps the SLS do a 0 to 60 of 3.7 seconds. Yes, the gull-wing doors don't make for a necessarily elegant exit. But as far as the numbers are concerned, this is quite the machine. But then again, they're just numbers. Yeah, that's a good enough excuse to take it out on the track, isn't it?
Okay, so here we are heading out towards the track. It is a little bit greasy out on the road surface, so I'm told. The cockpit, as we found out a little bit earlier, nice and snug, but you don't want anything big and loose like a saloon car in a car like this. So here we go. The 6.3 litre, really gunning for it now. Nothing prepares you for the acceleration of this car. Whoa! 51% to 49% balance in this car as we are hard left. Fantastic. Turning is missile, pinpoint accuracy. It's absolutely comfort inside the SLS is your standard Mercedes-Benz. At low speeds, the car is relatively comfortable. I mean, it's what you'd come to expect from any other Mercedes-Benz, particularly the SL. It's yeah, nice and snug in here. Seats holding me in place brilliantly as we race down this straight. And we head out onto the car's big, well, not so much a big challenge for the car, but a big moment for us here, onto the main circuit. This car is so composed, it's really surprised me. Other SLs don't appear to have this much grip, as there's a little overrun from the exhaust. That's fantastic. V8 burbling away under the bonnet. Hard on the brakes. Air brake pops up at the rear. stuff. Boffins and Mercedes-Benz have worked very hard here. Go round to the main straight again. Opening giving it the beans, almost on the grass, really pushing it. Oh, hard on the brakes. Internal organs crashed right against my rib cage now. Another tight left-hander coming out. Seats holding me in place, bolsters doing their job. This is fantastic. Little kick from the tail as we go into another right-hander. Tranquil at low speeds, but as vicious as the abominable snowman once you get up to pace. Just a bit of drizzle coming down as the carbon ceramics lock on hard for the right-hander. Oh, look, there's the car's little brother, the SL, there on the straight. Be patient. 571 brake horsepower. I'm going to do something very rare here, viewers. And just be quiet and let you enjoy the music of this fantastic Mercedes SLS AMG.
In conclusion, the SLS AMG is one of the most well-balanced cars I have ever reviewed, as no matter the situation, it never fails to impress. It might be costly at £157,000, but with performance on tap powered by what is in my view one of the world's best engines, and remembering that it's a good £13,000 cheaper than a Ferrari 458, I'd say it's good value. And does the 458 possibly have the coolest entry and exit method to any car? No. No, it doesn't.
So, that was the absolutely biblical Mercedes SLS AMG.
Yeah.
Dream, yeah.
Yeah.
It is a car that I feel Ferrari 458 is absolutely right. Don't get me wrong, because I know we're about to get a lot of hate mail where the Ferrari 458 is amazing. It's got this passion and soul, but at the end of the day, it's the electronics driving you around the corner. Whereas the SLS actually feels like you're sat on top of that V8 engine with some reins, trying to drive it round the corners and things. It's not hard work, but it feels like it's all you. It is you hitting that apex, you hitting the throttle, and you slamming on those brakes just in time to round the corner.
Yep.
I don't think you're overly impressed by this, are you, Steve?
It's just a Mercedes. It's just another German white good.
Well,
It's no
granted,
interest.
it does have a lot to compete with. I think Mercedes have bitten off a lot, not necessarily more than they can chew, but they've bitten off a lot. We shall see how things go in the future for them, but admirable. I mean, there is a reason why this is used in Formula 1 as the pace car. So,
Yeah. I do see what you mean, where it's like every Mercedes-Benz tends to feel similar to another Mercedes-Benz. They're all in their different classes, and the A-class feels different to like an SL or whatever.
Yeah.
The interiors are very the same, you know, everything's very standardised. And with the SLS, the interior is very much like that. But I mean, that is what you want. Like I say, it's very comfortable like a Mercedes-Benz, but you open the taps and it's like you've got a nuclear warhead.
How much does it cost?
£153,000.
Is it really worth that? Is it?
Hell yes, Ferrari 458? 175,000, I think, at least.
I think
that's without your extras.
I would happily pay that bit extra to get a Ferrari. I normally don't like Ferraris, but honestly, I think that for the sake of just upgrading from, picture it, you're at a dinner thing and you work whatever, and someone says, "Oh, what do you drive?" And you go around and someone says, "Oh, Lamborghini." You say, "Oh, I drive a Mercedes." Someone has to go, "Which one?" And then once you explain them that, they're impressed. With a Ferrari, you say, "I drive a Ferrari." They go, "Ah." You don't have to sell them.
Yeah, I know, but how many unsavoury people drive Ferraris?
A lot, but a lot of unsavoury people drive BMWs.
Yes, but this is Mercedes-Benz, bearing in mind, so it does have that little extra class edge.
Does it really?
It does.
You continually tell me that a Ferrari is filled with soul and happiness and bunnies, and then you try and tell me that a German Mercedes, is more soulful and more happier and bunny-filled than the
Honestly, I can understand your confusion and perhaps viewers not quite knowing what I'm going on about. The only way you can experience this for yourself is if you go and find a Mercedes SLS. Honestly, from the second those gull-wing doors open upwards to the very moment that the final few tick-overs of the engine die down once you've finished, it's just one of the best motoring experiences I have ever had.
Well, I guess I'll just have to find out.
You will. Well, that concludes the second episode of Inside Lane. So, I'm going to have to say thanks very much for watching. We've all had immense fun trying to put this episode together. Next week, I think we've got some quite good bits coming. I think myself and you revisit the good old days of Land Rover and see how far they've come in the past 40 years. And you are...
I'm looking at the Mini.
The original Mini.
So
the original.
So it's a bit of a British special.
Yes, you could say so. So we'll be here with our fish and chips, mugs of tea, and the Queen backstage somewhere. Do join us next week. Don't forget, for all the latest automotive news and reviews, please go to www.insidelane.co.uk.
Twitter.
Go on.
You can find us at Twitter at inside_lane, where we constantly update on the news. And Matt?
Unfortunately, we don't communicate via cable or Morse code. So if you're living back in the 50s, sorry,
Or Bolivia.
Or in Bolivia. But yes, we hope to do a Bolivia special soon. Other than that, I think we're ready to wrap up, aren't we?
The Book of Faces. I've remembered. We've got another.
The book face.
We are on the Book Face. If you search Inside Lane on Facebook, you should find us in the internet somewhere.
The clue is, we're probably the one with the car for the photo.
Good.
Yeah.
So until next time, drive safely.
Yeah, goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
See you later, guys.